Hollywood hotshot Mark Wahlberg wants his criminal record erased. Back in 1988, get this, when Wahlberg was just 16, he served time for assault after attacking a man while trying to steal alcohol, leaving that man blind. And now Wahlberg is hoping to get a pardon for his past actions, saying he's a changed man. Does he have a chance? Joining me now, an attorney with the Ehrlich Law Firm, Derek Reed, and Fox News legal analyst Lise Wheel. I'm going to start with Derek here. You got to tell me what's going on here. What's the story? Tell me how he managed. I mean, so here's a guy, super famous, super wealthy, and he started life stealing like at a convenience store?
Well, he was a criminal. I mean, he went on a crime spree. Back in 1988, Mark Wahlberg viciously attacked two Vietnamese immigrants, taking one of his eyes permanently. And then he went on this crime spree, was arrested, convicted, served 45 days in jail, and now he wants the state of Massachusetts to say it's okay.
And let me just pick up on what you said. You said back in 1988. I want to pick up on that because it was so long ago. He was tried as an adult, not as a juvenile.
Short memories.
He spent his time. Look, I'm a prosecutor. But here the standard in Massachusetts. If you can prove good citizenship, in these past 2 decades, he started several different youth organizations. And what he's saying is, I can't be part of these youth organizations. I can't work with law enforcement to help troubled youth unless I get this expunged.
Go right ahead.
Well, there's two things. The executive clemency guidelines of the state of Massachusetts take into account two elements. One is compelling need, and the second one is extraordinary contributions to the community. Compelling need.
The movie's alone, my friend.
Where's the compelling need? If you really peel back the layers of the onion of his application, you'll see that he's looking for a license for one of his restaurants.
Right.
He needs this pardon in order to get that.
But he also needs his pardon in order to be able to work with troubled youth in the area. And it would go to him.
Let me read he made a comment to ABC News, which I think would be instructive. He said, I've not engaged in philanthropic efforts in order to make people forget about my past. To the contrary, I want people to remember my past so that I can serve as an example of how lives can be turned around and how many people can be redeemed.
Well, and he needs a pardon to do that. And there are thousands of young people across the United States who do really dumb things when they're younger, and they don't get the opportunity to get a pardon. But he has money, he has power, he has access, and that's exactly what he's using.
It's the idea, though, that it's potentially there's redemption. If you really devote yourself in all of these years,
that's part of the law.
Exactly. Redemption is one of the part of the law. It's one of the things we talk about. So, yes, I mean, again, prosecutor background, don't usually like pardon, but in this case, I think it's appropriate.
Well, talk redemption, tell that to the guy that lost his eye.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one.
Really
it is a tough one. It is a tough one, Jerry.
So, Lise, I mean, a lot of people out there would say, look, people have to pay for their crime. They have to, and of course, he served time.
Served his time, tried as an adult.
How easy is it to get something like this expunged if I'm not Mark Wahlberg?
It's not easy. It doesn't matter really who you are, and they shouldn't be looking at who he is. But the fact of what he has done is more important, what he's trying to do.
Derek, how easy is it, though, for a judge or a jury or anybody else to forget that he's Mark Wahlberg?
Well, it's impossible, right? He is Mark Wahlberg. Everybody knows about him, and everybody knows about his movies. But let's look at how many pardons have been given by the state of Massachusetts since 2002. Very, very few.
Mark Wahlberg is going to be the one that
might get it. Right.
Here's the thing about being a celebrity, though. It cuts both ways because people are going to know exactly what we're saying is, oh, he only got it because of who he is. So a judge or anyone, the attorney general who's going to, the governor who's actually the one who gives this clemency or the pardon, is going to look at that and say, that cuts for me both ways. And obviously, he's a politician.
He is from a pretty rough background. I mean, let's be clear. This isn't a guy who otherwise would be toilet papering a house or soaping windows, right? I mean, his background was pretty rocky.
Well, is that an excuse, though? There's thousands of children that come from disadvantaged neighborhoods that don't go and beat up two Vietnamese immigrants. And by the way, there's allegations that when he was beating them, he was yelling racial slurs. I mean, this is a very bad incident that happened in 1988, and it sets a precedent that, okay, you know what? You can do some dumb stuff when you're younger, and you can get out of it when you're older. As long as you've made some money, as long as you're famous, you'll get a pardon.
Redemption, my friend, redemption.
Great debate. Really interesting story. And wow, I'm a huge fan of his, but I don't know about this one. Thanks so much.